You have 4 pants, 3 shoes, 5 shirts. How many more outfits can you make if you buy one more of each? Okay, so that's the question. Feel free to use a calculator, but if you have the answer, go ahead and put that into the comment section, and then we're going to talk about how to solve a problem like this using 2 specific counting techniques in mathematics. Actually, counting is a big part and a sophisticated part of math. So if you always kind of thought, well, is counting, basically just 1, 2, 3, 4? In other words, counting maybe how many fingers we're holding up at any one particular time. Well, yes, that's the basic concept of counting, but counting, again, gets much more interesting in math as you're going to see in this problem. Now, in this particular problem, we have to really make sure we understand the question, right? Because the question's kind of embedded in the middle of the question, or the question is in the middle of the actual question, well, what's being asked, rather, right? So we have these pants, shoes, and shirts, and the particular thing that we're trying to solve for is how many more outfits can we make, okay, if we add one more to each. So we're going to have to determine how many outfits we can make with just these closing items, and then how many outfits we can make if we add one more to each of these items, and then of course we'll find the difference. So that's basically the basic logic that we have to take in order to figure this question out. Now, sometimes in math, okay, you always, well, not sometimes, as a matter of fact, let me correct that. Almost always, you want to try to model or visualize the problem. So let's just make sure we understand what an outfit is. We'll just kind of by definition here. So here we have these shirts, pants, and shoes. So one outfit is, hey, we're going to just select one clothing item, right? So we're going to put on one shirt. We're going to grab one of the pants, we're going to put those on, and then we're going to grab a pair of shoes, and that's it, right? So we're not going to put on 2 shirts, nothing like that. So we're talking about unique outfits. Okay, so how many unique outfits, different combinations, can we make from 5 shirts, 4 pants, and 3 shoes? Well, we're going to have to answer that question, but before we answer that question, let's answer a simpler question, okay? In other words, let's do a kind of a easier version of this problem, okay? Because if we understand the easier version of this problem, then we'll have the techniques and methods to solve the main problem. All right, so let's talk about 2 shirts, 2 pants, and 3 shoes, because this could be much more manageable for those of you that want to, kind of grab some clothing items from your closet. So let's just see how many unique outfits we can make with 2 shirts, 2 pants, and 3 shoes. Okay, so in mathematics, you basically can approach a problem like this. This is a counting problem, right? So the question is how many? Okay, so how many means what? Well, we're saying how many cars do you see? Okay, so here is a vehicle, and here is another vehicle. If I'm saying how many, well, what am I asked to do? Well, I'm asked to count, right? Oh, I see 1 and 2 cars, right? So here, if I'm asking how many outfits, this is, we're talking about a counting problem. So you got to be able to recognize these type of problems in math. But once you are dealing with a counting problem, there's typically 2 ways you can solve these problems, okay? Now the first is something called a tree diagram, okay? I want to show you an example of this in a second. And then we have this thing called the fundamental counting principle, okay? So we're going to talk about both of these. And this principle right here is extremely important in mathematics, and you'll see why. It's going to make our life really easy. But first, let's go ahead and count by using a tree diagram. All right, so again, we're going to figure out, we have 2 shirts, 2 pants, and 3 shoes. How many outfits can we make? Well, let's go down here and just kind of construct something real quick. So we have 2 shirts. Let's just grab one of the shirts. We'll call that shirt 1. Okay, so we have shirt 1, we have 2 pants. Okay, so we'll grab one pants, and let's say we'll call that pants 1. All right, so with this shirt and this first pants right there, pants 1, then we have these shoes. We have 3 shoes, right? So let's go back and make sure. Okay, yes, we have 3 shoes. So we can have this shirt, this pants, and then we have this pair of shoes, or we could have this one or this one. So along this tree diagram, this is what we call a tree because, these are like branches this is a unique outfit. Okay, so in other words, we can have this shirt, this pants, these shoes right here. Maybe these are sneakers, maybe these are dress shoes, sandals, whatever the case. But this is one outfit. Okay, now here we can have this shirt, same pants, but these shoes, that's another outfit, or these shoes, that's another outfit. So we can just kind of go through this variations of different combinations, and you can see from this shirt, if we select that shirt, okay, we can over here select the other pair of pants, and then of course we have our different options of shoes. So with this shirt, shirt 1, okay, there's 6 outfits we could construct, 6 unique outfits. Well, if that's the case, well, how about if we use the other shirt? Well, we're going to go through the same thing, right? So now we have a different shirt, but we're going to end up with 6 unique outfits with the other shirt as well. Okay, so how many total outfits can we make with 2 shirts, 2 pants, and 3 shoes? Well, it's 6 outfits and 6 outfits. So it looks like we can make 12 total outfits from 2 shirts, 2 pants, and 3 shoes. So let's take a look at this pattern here. Okay, we have 2, 2, and 3. Well, if we can make 12 total outfits, 2 times 2 times 3, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12. So it appears that instead of making this tree diagram, we just multiply all these things together and we would have had the right answer. And some of you were probably thinking in these terms, but how how can you be really certain that in fact, you're doing this right? Well, you can verify it by using a tree diagram, right? But we're going to get into something really important right now, and that is called the fundamental counting principle. And this right here, okay, what we just determined, 2 times 2 times 3, right? We could select 2 shirts, okay? How many shirts could we select? Well, we have 2 options. How many pants? We have 2 options. And how many shoes? We have 3 options. So the total amount of combinations we can make with those options is 12, okay? Well, this is effectively an example of something called the fundamental counting principle. And here it is. I'll go and read it to you. Are you struggling in math because of confusing lessons? Maybe the teacher's not showing you all the steps you need, or things are happening too fast. Well, there is a better way. So come on over to my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. There you'll find clear step by step instruction by me that will definitely make a huge difference in your math success. So make sure to check out all my courses by following the links in the description. It says if one event can occur in m ways. So one event is like how many ways can you select your shirts you're going to wear. Well, that event, when you go to select a shirt to wear, right, can happen in 2 ways. How many ways can you select the pants? Well, that can happen in 2 ways. And how many ways can you select your shoes? That can happen in 3 ways. So back to the fundamental counting principle. It says if one event can occur in m ways and another event can occur in n ways, then the number of ways that both events can occur is equal to m times n. So if that's a little bit confusing, don't be too confused by it, because effectively what it means is that we can count the total amount of ways we can construct an outfit by simply just multiplying our options. Okay. Now, if you are a little bit confused, I understand that, and you're probably going to want to do more of these type of problems if you are taking some sort of class that involves counting. But again, at least you're aware that we have tree diagrams and we have this thing called the fundamental counting principle. Okay, so now we have everything we need to put, to put to work to solve the original problem, because now we have a way to count. And instead of making a tree diagram, because think about it, we have more shirts and pants and shoes. So in our original problem, so if you make a tree diagram with our original problem, it's going to be a lot more, right? So in other words, we're going to have a lot more branches, and that's why we want to have another option to do a problem like this, like the fundamental counting principle. Okay, so now let's go ahead and finish this problem up. And now that we understand the fundamental counting principle, this should be pretty easy, right? So here's the problem. So we have 4 pants, 3 shoes, 5 shirts. So how many more outfits can we make if we buy one more of each? Well, it's probably a good idea first to determine how many outfits we can make with our current wardrobe. Okay, and this is going to be very, very simple because we now have that fundamental counting principle. Okay, so right now we have four pants, three shoes, five shirts. So how many different outfits can we make? Well, it's pretty much just 4 times 3 times 5. So 4 times 3 times 5 is 60. All right, now, if some of you were like, oh, yeah, it's, I just multiply all these numbers together. And, that is, of course, the right thing to do, but you don't want to just be doing something and be hoping that you're right. Okay, in other words, you're like, oh, I think this sounds right, or hopefully this is right. But now you know indeed it is correct, and you can back it up with the fundamental counting principle. Okay, so that's how many outfits we can make right now, but what happens if we buy one more of each? Well, our pants go to 5 pants. Okay, our shoes, we got 3 shoes, that goes to 4 shoes. And then we have 5 shirts, it goes to 6 shirts. So let's go ahead and calculate how many outfits we can make with 5 pants, 4 shoes, 6 shirts. So that's pretty simple. 5 times 4 times 6, 120 outfits. All right, so what is the question? We got to be very careful here, right? So how many more outfits can you make if you buy one more of each? Well, we can make 120 total outfits, but we start off with 60 outfits. So how many more outfits can we make is just going to be the difference, right? We can make 60 additional outfits from our original wardrobe. Okay, so hopefully this was an interesting little video. And, some of you out there are like, well, I know how to count. Well, I can tell you right now, as you progress in math, okay, especially algebra and more advanced algebra, counting problems get quite sophisticated. And then there's all different sorts of problems like combinations and permutations. This is tremendously important in the areas of like probability and statistics. So counting, again, is something that you're definitely going to have to learn if you want to, learn a lot of math. Okay, it's a big part of learning mathematics. Okay, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your mathematics adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.